Random fact incoming: jellyfish have been around for more than 500 million years. They existed long before dinosaurs and even before trees. Check this out: a single cloud can weigh more than 1 million pounds. Despite this, the water droplets are spread out enough that they remain suspended in the air. Here's one to consider. There's a species of jellyfish known as Turritopsis dohrnii that is biologically immortal. It can revert to an earlier stage of life and potentially repeat this cycle indefinitely. Did you know that a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance? The term reflects their vivid color and synchronized group movements. Weird history alert: in ancient Rome, urine was used as laundry detergent. The ammonia in urine acted as a powerful cleaning agent. File this one away: the tongue is not the strongest muscle in the body. In terms of strength to size ratio, that title likely goes to the masseter, the jaw muscle. You won't believe this: the total weight of all the ants on Earth is roughly equal to the weight of all the humans. Ants are incredibly numerous and found almost everywhere. Here's a mind-bender: a cockroach can live for several days without its head. It dies not from injury but from a lack of water intake. Add this to your trivia arsenal: tomatoes were once considered poisonous in Europe. They're in the nightshade family, which led to widespread fear and avoidance. Historical twist incoming: Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire. Teaching began at Oxford in 1096, while the Aztecs rose to prominence around 1325. Controversial fact incoming: some charities spend more on administration and fundraising than on aid. Not all donations go where people think, even in high-profile humanitarian organizations. Here's something disturbing: the global fashion industry relies heavily on exploitative labor. Workers in countries like Bangladesh and India often earn below living wages to make clothes for Western brands. Heads up: many popular historical figures owned slaves. People like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and even some Enlightenment thinkers benefited from slavery. Bet you didn't know, the majority of global internet traffic is routed through cables under the ocean. This infrastructure is largely controlled by private companies and vulnerable to espionage and sabotage. Prepare for discomfort: birth control methods for men exist but haven't been widely released. Drug companies have cited concerns over side effects similar to those women already endure. Oh no, but it's true: some modern countries still allow corporal punishment in schools. In parts of the US, Africa, and Asia, children are still legally hit as discipline. Oh my God, the US prison population is the largest in the world. Despite having only 5% of the world's population, the US holds nearly 25% of its prisoners. Random fact incoming: sugar is as addictive as some drugs in terms of brain response. Studies show it activates the same reward pathways as cocaine, which may contribute to overconsumption. You won't believe this: fossil fuel companies knew about climate change as early as the 1970s. Internal documents show they funded climate denial campaigns while preparing for the consequences themselves. Here's a cold fact: global military spending exceeds $2 trillion annually. A fraction of that could eradicate global hunger or fund universal education. Just a thought: meat production uses far more water, land, and energy than plant-based food. Switching diets has a greater impact on emissions than many people realize. Heads up, animal lovers: male seahorses are the ones that get pregnant and give birth. They carry the fertilized eggs in a pouch until they hatch. You might not like this: artificial intelligence systems can reflect racial and gender biases. They learn patterns from biased data, which can reinforce systemic discrimination. Hey, here's something weird: your stomach gets a new lining every 3 to 4 days. This prevents it from digesting itself with the strong acid it produces. Bet you didn't know rain has a smell, and it's called petrichor. It's caused by oils released from plants and a compound called geosmin produced by soil-dwelling bacteria. Here's something unexpected. Glass is actually a very slow-flowing liquid, not a solid in the traditional sense. Over centuries, old windows may appear thicker at the bottom because of this. Fact check this: some ingredients banned in Europe are still allowed in US food. Dyes and additives linked to health issues are legal in the US despite bans elsewhere. Hey, this is real. Most major Western economies grew through colonial extraction. Wealth was built by taking natural and human resources from colonized nations. Did you know that the US government sterilized tens of thousands of people without their consent in the 20th century? Many were poor, disabled, or people of color, targeted under eugenics programs that lasted into the 1970s. Time for a reality check. Mount Everest is not the closest point to space on Earth. That title belongs to Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador, due to the equatorial bulge. Nature fact drop: elephants can detect rainstorms from over 100 miles away. They sense low-frequency sounds created by distant thunder. Just a thought, humans share about 60% of their DNA with bananas. All life on Earth shares a surprising amount of genetic material. Heads up, space smells like seared steak. Astronauts have reported that their suits and equipment carried the scent after spacewalks. Brace yourself, the average smartphone contains rare minerals mined by child labor. Cobalt and other materials used in batteries often come from dangerous mines in countries like the DRC. Heads up, many popular historical figures owned slaves. People like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and even some Enlightenment thinkers benefited from slavery. Controversial fact incoming: some charities spend more on administration and fundraising than on aid. Not all donations go where people think, even in high-profile humanitarian organizations. Here's something awkward: the World Health Organization didn't declare COVID-19 a pandemic until March 2020. By then, the virus had already spread to over 100 countries. Brace yourself, the average smartphone contains rare minerals mined by child labor. Cobalt and other materials used in batteries often come from dangerous mines in countries like the DRC. Surprising but true, many modern democracies use voting systems prone to minority rule. Winner-takes-all systems can allow candidates to win despite having fewer total votes. Think about this: some antidepressants were approved based on short-term trials only. Long-term effects remain under-researched despite millions of prescriptions. Heads up, many major food companies fund nutrition studies that favor their products. This skews public health recommendations and downplays links between processed food and chronic disease. Did you ever hear, butterflies can taste with their feet? Taste sensors on their feet help them identify if a plant is suitable for laying eggs.